I spent a good while today thinking about how to start this video, what to say first, what hook to use to keep people watching. And then I realized that whole mindset goes completely against what these videos are supposed to be. Because this isn't a regular video. It's more like a conversation, with Minecraft running in the background. And yeah, I'm pretty bad at it, but honestly, it's weirdly relaxing. Some of you use these videos as background noise while doing homework or whatever, others to relax before bed. And that's what I love about it. Because in a world that's constantly throwing something at you, demanding your attention, the fact that my videos give you a chance to breathe, I don't know, that means a lot more to me than any well-crafted hook ever could. So yeah, no tricks, no perfect intro. Today, I want to talk about why you can have a full and happy life with your plan B. Picture this. You were born 100 years ago. You live in a small town. Your biggest goal in life is to own a home and start a family. And it never even crosses your mind to want something different. Because you've never seen anything different. No internet, no social media, no rags to riches stories in your feed. Your world is the town, the people around you, and the options in front of you. And a lot of people were genuinely happy with that. Not because they were settling or had no ambition, but because their expectations matched what was actually within reach for them. Today, it's a completely different story. You're constantly seeing people who came from nothing suddenly become musicians, athletes, content creators, and their stories are genuinely inspiring, don't get me wrong. But just because you see it every day doesn't mean it's normal. It's the exception. And the problem is that when you see the exception every single day, it starts to feel like the rule. Like if it happened to them, it could happen to you. And that could be a beautiful thing, but also a dangerous one. And this goes way back, because we start setting expectations for ourselves really early. Remember when you were a kid and someone asked what you wanted to be when you grew up? Nobody said they wanted a 9 to 5. Everyone said astronaut, singer, professional footballer. And it's genuinely beautiful that kids dream that big, because at that age, nobody's there telling you it's not realistic. But at that age, it also doesn't really hurt when things don't work out, because you change your mind every other week anyway. Question is, what happens when you're a teenager and you set your heart on something that's genuinely hard to achieve? That's basically what Plan A is, an uncommon life where you get paid to do what you love. Who wouldn't want to try for that? The problem is that it doesn't come through. Not for everyone. And you keep pushing because you know it's hard, but you tell yourself it'll come eventually. And then it still doesn't. And that's when you start hearing a phrase that's become really popular among people who have made it. Singers, athletes, creators. And that phrase is, don't have a plan B. And I get where it comes from. They're speaking from their own experience, from a place where it worked out. And they genuinely think it's the most motivating thing they can say. They're talking from the win. And from there, it all makes sense. But let's be honest. Out of everyone who goes after something that unlikely, how many actually make it? Less than 1%. And I'm not saying that to discourage anyone. I'm saying it because it's important to have some perspective. Because that phrase, don't have a plan B, reaches a lot of people. It reaches the guy who's been trying to make it as a musician for 3 years and can barely cover rent. It reaches the person who put all their savings into a project that isn't working. And what are they supposed to do with that advice? Keep going? For how long? That whole I made it because I didn't have a plan B thing has genuinely messed with my head, and I've had some pretty dark moments overthinking it. Because if you give something 200%, does that guarantee you'll get there? And I've come to the conclusion that no, it doesn't. The vast majority of people won't make it. And I don't want that to sound like I'm telling you to give up on your dreams. I'm really not. I just think that message can do a lot of damage when things don't go the way you hoped. And on top of that, make you feel like it's your fault for not trying hard enough, even when you gave everything you had. I speak from personal experience, because I'm someone who's always gone all in on Plan A. And that Plan A's changed a lot over the years. I wanted to be an athlete, a YouTuber. I wanted to start my own company. And honestly, none of it worked out the way I imagined. Does that mean I'm going to stop chasing what I want? No. But I'm more and more convinced that a simpler life can make you genuinely happy too. And that admitting that isn't giving up. Having your own place, a job that gives you stability, building a family, having time for the things you actually enjoy. You can have a really full life that way. And a lot of people do. And the thing is, nobody guarantees that even if you do make it, you'll be happy forever. Because that's not how happiness works. It's not a destination you reach and then you're done. This is something that happens to a lot of incredibly successful people. They get everything they wanted and then suddenly don't know what to do with themselves. Because humans adapt to everything. To luxury, to fame, to success. And when you've already got it all, what's left? And I'm not one of those people who says money doesn't buy happiness, because that's not entirely true either. Money buys freedom, and that freedom genuinely can make you happy. But I do think that putting your whole identity and all your hope into one single outcome is risky. Not just because it might not work out, but because even if it does, it might not be what you thought it would be. What really gets me is the kind of motivational content that tells you if you train every day, you'll make it, or if you post videos every day, you'll become a successful creator. As if effort is the only variable and results are guaranteed as long as you work hard enough. There are so many other factors that go into someone's success beyond effort. Things like talent, or, as unfair as it sounds, just plain luck. And I don't think the people saying it are being deliberately dishonest, because they're speaking from where they stand, as someone who did make it. From that angle, the formula seems obvious. Effort plus consistency equals success. But what that perspective leaves out is everyone who did exactly the same thing with the same consistency and the same effort and got nowhere. Those people don't get invited on podcasts. They don't give talks. They don't have followers. But they exist. And they're the majority. So to wrap it up, and I really don't want this to come across as pessimistic because it's not meant to be. Go after your dreams, genuinely, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't. But don't forget that a normal life has a lot of really beautiful things that we often overlook because we're too busy looking at what everyone else has. And being happy without having achieved your plan A isn't failure. It's just another way of living well.